is planning on taking over the Earth. And there is only one person who may have the ability to stop them.
Did you bring snacks?
Hello all, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my review series for the TV series Resident Alien. And today we're going to be taking a look at that all-important season finale. Yes, we're at the end of season 2.
This is some bullshit.
And we're going to talk about it.
Patience.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so this episode here, season 2 finale, titled I Believe in Aliens. And this episode here comes at us directed by Tom Paris, Robert Duncan McNeill. Tom Paris from Star Trek Voyager. If you didn't know, I'm guessing you know. Anyway, so we're at that season finale, so I'm going to talk about this, and then I'll give you my sort of season overview at the end. But yeah, so this episode here, we come out of last week's episode. As you know, Terry O'Quinn, the alien hunter, Peter Buck, has been killed. But Harry has returned home and brought his son Robert with him, and is sort of taking care of him. Now, this episode here, being the season finale, it focuses a lot around Harry. It certainly does. Now, we see the end of Goliath's message, and we come to find out that General Eleanor Wright, or Sarah Connor, Linda Hamilton, is the key to saving the future. That in the future, Harry has killed her, and this is why everything goes to crap. So future Harry, Goliath, tells modern day Harry that he can't kill her, that she is the key to everything. So, great stuff. Great so far. Sheriff Mike and Liv Baker, Deputy Liv that is, they find the van that belongs to the alien hunter, and there's a news report that comes on that he's been killed in a vehicle crash, basically. Liv knows that something else is awry, something else is going on, so instead of the vehicle getting impounded, she takes it back to her place, and this puts Sheriff Mike in a precarious position where he knows that she's broken the law, and yeah, but the police come looking for this van. I'm talking about the police, not the sheriff. They come looking for the van, but Sheriff Mike has hidden it on the reservation, because he realises that she is right, and the two officers that came round don't actually exist within the police force, that they're not genuine police officers. So we're setting up a lot of stuff for next season here. Ben Hawthorne decides not to go ahead with the planned building that he wanted to do of that recreation place, and he tells the sheriff. This leads to a great back and forth between the sheriff, because the sheriff is looking at wanting new funding for the sheriff's department, wanting new deputies and all this sort of stuff. And this comes into play a bit later. Now, we do get a visit from Joseph Enver. So we do get a visit from Joseph, played by Enver Kajokaj. I've probably butchered that name. This is the guy that we've met a couple of times, the one that killed the alien hunter in the previous episode. He comes and visits Harry while Harry's in the diner eating. Everything freezes, and it's just them two that has this interaction. It's a fantastic interaction. I mean, it's a hilarious scene. I mean, I can't knock it, right? You've got Enver Kajokaj. I'm just calling him Enver for now on because I'm butchering that name. He's playing it straight against Harry's funny man, and he's telling Harry basically, we've got a way for you to get off the Earth. You can go home. Your alien race has conceded the Earth, given it to us. We're there right for the takeover. We are taking over the Earth. You get to go home. So this puts Harry in a dilemma, because does he go home or doesn't he? He's got the opportunity. But the scene itself is played out very funny, about Harry going, he's going, Enver's going, I'll text you the coordinates. Harry's, well, how have you got my phone number? They don't. It's back and forth. It's really funny. Something that I'd rewind and watch twice, that very scene. Just perfect. Probably the best scene in the episode. Ben Hawthorne his son, Max, comes to see Harry and Harry tells him that he's going away, and Harry gives him a picture of himself, says, "You haven't ever seen me in human form, so here's a picture that I drew of myself. Only it's a stick figure." But Max knows that Harry can't go because Harry really secretly loves him and the sort of thing. And Max goes and tells Sahar. Sahar comes and visits Harry to say goodbye to the baby alien that Harry's now looking after. That Harry can't decide on the name for it. And again, a wonderful scene with Sahar. She's really strong and powerful in this scene, and Harry sees the love between her and the baby alien, and realises that humans, you know, there's more to it. Ain't just Asta that's you know, is the type of human that likes someone different. That this little girl has this much love for this baby alien and this sort of thing. And Harry takes the baby alien to the ship that will get them off, but Harry doesn't leave. Harry stays behind and just sends the baby alien back to his planet, leaving Harry on Earth. Asta's got a little bit of story going on. She gets to go shopping with her daughter, so their relationship is getting stronger, and Darcy gets brought in on the secret about Harry, after finding some stuff in Asta's place. Yes, so that's pretty much the episode. So much going on in this episode. And like I've always said in previous reviews, this is the issue with the series from my perspective. The whole storyline for the mayor, you know, about this recreation place, it's gone absolutely nowhere. It was pointless. It was, do you know what I mean? It was completely pointless. There was no point to that playing out at all. It was just created to give these characters something to do, to give them a bit of interaction. And that is obvious here, because now he's like, well, I haven't got, you know, I'm not interested in it anymore, essentially. Yeah, so it goes to show some of the stuff within this series is just completely pointless. That being said, the mayor's baby situation where his wife thought she was pregnant and then turns out not to be pregnant, that comes into play at the end, and we come to find out that Robert has been kidnapped by the Greys, and on board is the mayor, because we know that over the past couple of episodes that he's been experiencing sort of time loss. But again, this is something that's been thought about and brought into the fray very late in the day, and not something that's really been set up over the season, which it should have been. Even sprinklings of it, and it hasn't been. I like the fact that that his child has come into play, in that she was pregnant, and that Kate this is, and that the Greys have actually abducted that alien, taken it out of her, and it's on board the ship, mirroring what happened to the alien hunter guy. You know, so there's all this stuff going on. At the very end of the episode, Harry gives himself in to Sarah Connor, General Eleanor Wright, because he knows that he's got to go and see her. And the episode closes of him with her. You know, a special forces unit comes and gets him and takes him away. He doesn't have to go. He's strong enough to not be subdued by these people, but he willingly goes with them because of the message from his future self. And we sort of close up there. So the other thing I've neglected to say is that the sheriff does get his new deputy, that being Joseph, the grey alien in human form, Enver Kojaz. I don't know. Anyway, so he's now sheriff's deputy. So from my perspective, we are looking at a great setup for season 3. Dynamics have changed. New characters have been introduced into the show. Robert, Joseph in a bigger role. And I'm hoping that the series has looked at this season and looked at what fans have moaned about and have had issues with, which are primarily, like what I've just said, the constant stories that are not really needed or required. You know, even the stuff with Darcy and her skiing and the drugs, you know, the painkiller addiction. Again, it was just flashed over. It weren't fleshed over. It weren't fleshed up. It was just skipped over. It was just there for something for a character to do, and had no real bearing on anything significant in the show.
I want 24-hour surveillance on every citizen in patience.
What?
Is what we won't do, of course, because we don't live in a police state.
Not yet.
Never.
Someday soon.
No.
And this is what the show really needs to get away from. Now, this season here, it started off pretty bad for me. It was became very, very woke towards the end of that second season, first half of the second season. Too much messaging, too much in-your-face messaging. And that hasn't gone away, but it's like they've taken a step back from it, and that's fantastic. And this episode shows, again, what this show has and what it can deliver and what it can do. And I think, like I said, it's put it into a nice place for a season 3, but unfortunately I don't know if the damage has been done, if a lot of people have jumped ship of this show. If you have, watch this last episode. It was really good. There's some great stuff, there's some great setups, there's some good payoffs. Very much worth taking a look if you've skipped the rest of the season and you're just wondering what happened. I'm hoping for season 3, I'm hoping there is a shift in dynamic, in writing, the introduction of new cast, maybe just some of the old, you know. It won't hurt, it wouldn't hurt the show, but give it a fresh sort of spin, a fresh take, a fresh being written in a slightly different manner than what it already is, and you could be back onto a winner. You're really good. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Tell me your thoughts about this episode down below in the comments section. Did this episode work for you? Didn't it work for you? Tell me the reasons why, if it did, if it didn't. I'm always interested. I'm always open to new you know, people's examples of what they feel. I'm always open to criticism of you know, because what I get out of it is only what I get out of it, isn't it? You know, other people may see things deeper, worse than what I do, and I'm always interested in that. I'm not right, I'm just giving you my opinion on it. My opinion, that's it. This is AJ. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I will be back for season 3, for reviewing season 3 when that comes about. So hit the subscribe button, join the channel, and you won't miss me blathering on for 10 minutes weekly.
Sorry.
I'll see you then. Take care and goodbye.